So one of the questions I often received, especially from new partners, is how exactly do I price my finance suite? What price do I actually charge? Well, I can tell you that typical sales prices range from $1,500 to $3,500. This is where almost all partners pricing actually lies. And $2,500 is a sweet spot. That, if we looked at all of our partners and what they charge, most of them hover right around this number. So to close sales, you really need to offer an expiring price point. That's really essential. So an expiring price point is where you will basically offer something higher on your website. Let's say you're really going to charge 2,500. You put a price of $3,500 on your website, and then you say, look, during the presentation, you say, look, our normal retail price is 3,500 bucks, but we found that people that are ready to take action quickly are the best client. So if you're ready to go right now, then we'll do it for you for 2,500 bucks. So that's an expiring price point. There's a higher price point, but they can get a lower price point, but it expires some period in time, such as expires today. Okay, so then you offer that lower price point if they enroll right now, and that instills urgency and gets them to buy actually faster, because that's what it comes down to. Look, if I'm going to buy something and I can either buy now or think about it for a week, I'm always going to think about it for a week, especially if it's $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. I'm going to take as much time to think as possible. The problem is when a customer takes that time to think, you're not involved to help answer questions and overcome objections, so you lose a lot of those sales. So if the finance suite really is a good fit for the customer and you've done a proper presentation and close, you want them to pay and buy right then and there. Then they buy, then our business advisors are on the phone with them, calling them, creating a great experience, and everything goes well. So in order to do this and create urgency, you need some tactics, some ways to do this. An expiring price point is a great way to get them to buy right now. So payments are a must. This way, the more important than the price you actually choose, way more. Okay, when I tested this and what we've tested with partners is, it doesn't matter if you sell a suite for a $1,500 to $3,500, okay, the closing percentage will stay about the same. What matters is the amount of affordable payments you offer them. If you offer them affordable weekly or monthly payments, that's what's going to get the majority of people to buy, not the actual price itself. So really consider weekly or monthly payments. It really is essential in actually closing the sale is that they have payments that are affordable, such as maybe they spend $500 to $1,500 initially to start with you, and then maybe they spend $150 weekly for 24 weeks. Or maybe they spend $500 to $1,000 monthly. Just keep in mind, the more affordable you make the actual finance suite, the easier it's going to be for you to actually make the sale. So remember to account for these items. When you're pricing your finance suite, salesperson commissions, affiliate commissions, merchant fees, the amount of profit you want to make, some type of buffer if you need to offer a special. Now look, you can go to your live training section in your back office and you can access multiple webinars I've done that are hour-long where I go through extensively how to price your finance suite if you want a lot more information about it. But in this training section, I just think you need a little bit of basic information that you've received. You need to know about what people are charging, what kind of options are available there. These are the type of things that you want to take into account. Salespeople commissions, okay? So what you're actually going to pay your salesperson, that really can range depending on whether they're doing what part of the work. So for example, I find that if your salesman is the one getting the customer and bringing them in, they should get paid more money. I think if your salesman going out, building the affiliate relationships, bringing in the customer, doing all the work, I personally think they should get paid as much as 50, 60% of the actual amount you're charging. Okay, but if the salesman's just sitting in a chair working leads you're providing them, well then you might just want to pay them 10% or 20% commission, or you might just want to pay them $200 to $500 per sale. So I think that varies depending on the amount of work that they're doing and who's supplying the leads. Affiliate commissions, same thing. I think it's fair to pay an affiliate $200 to $500, and that'd be very gracious just for them sending you the actual lead. How much you pay them depends on what they do. If they're going through a page script to set you up perfectly, and the customers they come over are perfect, and you're closing half of the customers they send, well, I pay them more money. I pay them $500. It's a great referral source. But if they're a lender sending you all their turn downs and the people are all broke. They are startups. They have no cash flow. They have no credit. Most of them you talk to can't even afford to spend $100, let alone to spend thousands. Well, then those are bad leads, and you might not want to pay as much for those because you have to go through a lot more of them to get one to close. But I think a good affiliate range is $200 to $500 per deal that's closed. Merchant fees. Merchant fees can be 5 or 10% of whatever you're charging. So most people don't think about merchant fees. But if you think about it and you're charging a $2,000 for a finance suite, 10% of that could be $200. So that's a lot of money you have to take into account when you're pricing your finance suite. You got to know what percent your merchant account is going to charge you and take that into account when you're determining your price and the actual profits that you want to make. What do you want to make? You want to make $500 per suite you sell, or $1,000 or $2,000 per suite you sell? That again is going to determine your overall price. And again, as I talked about, some kind of buffer so you can offer that expiring price point. So if you say, hey, look, I'm going to pay my salesperson $500. I'm going to pay my affiliate $200. That's $700. My merchant fee I've decided is $100. That's $800. I want to make at least $1,000. So then that's $1,800 is your cost that you must at least be at. And then maybe you want to add a buffer, so you add $1,000 on top of that, and there you go. So now your sales price is $2,800. You know that during your sales presentation you could say, hey, Mr. Customer, we'll do it for $2,000 for you, or $2,500, because all you need is $1,800 to get your salesperson paid, affiliate, merchant fees, and the profits you want to make. So that's exactly how you price your finance suite. You take these things into account and you work backwards. About what are you going to charge your salesman? What are you going to pay an affiliate on the high end? What is your merchant fee going to be on the high end? What profit do you want to make on the high end? That gives you your estimated price, and then add some money on top of it so you can put in an expiring price point. And again, if you want more information on this, dive into the live webinar training where we spent an hour long during sessions mapping this out. But I think just in this short video, you've got enough information you need to effectively price your finance suite.